Hi there, I'm Alex, and about 2 months ago I won the GoPro Everything We Make Daily Giveaway, which is pretty awesome. About 2 weeks before I won it, I actually bought the GoPro Hero 4 Black, so now I'm gonna have two. So today I'm gonna film an unboxing video for you, and I'll also do a short review of the GoPro. And I'll be filming it with my GoPro Hero 4 Black using my DIY third-person GoPro rig. And for those of you who don't know what the Everything We Make Daily Giveaway is, it's a contest put on by GoPro where you enter a draw, and every day you have the chance to win one of every single thing that GoPro makes. And you have to keep entering every day because they reset it at the end of each day, but that's actually pretty good. It means that if there's a day where a lot of people forget to enter, you've actually got a better shot at winning. So this is the parcel that I got from GoPro, and it took about 2 months for me to get my prize. I won on October 14th, and today is December 2nd when I received my parcel. Wow. Okay, so this is a list of everything that I got, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so first off we've got the 32GB memory card by Lexar. It's a class 10, and this is what I'll be using with the GoPro. In the Hero 4 Black that's already recording, I've got a 64GB card. Alright, the standard housing, and it looks like it's got two back options here. I think one of them must be for the touch backpack screen. This is the handler. I think it's just a standard hand grip mount, and that's good for any, I guess, filming yourself. You might float, I don't really know, to be honest. Okay, the floaty back door, I already have one of these. It's nice, it's visible, bright and orange, and if you lose your GoPro while you're in the water, you can see it floating away. The wrist housing, that's pretty self-explanatory. It holds your GoPro on your wrist. The combo cable, I think this is for watching what you've got on your GoPro directly on a TV or something like that. This is the Jaws Flex clamp, which is pretty sweet. Mic stand mount. Okay, so it can mount right onto a mic stand. Surfboard mounts. Micro HDMI cable. The roll bar mount. NVG mount. The chesty. Anti-fog inserts. Those are good for if you're doing skydiving or you're going from low altitudes to high altitudes or regular altitudes to really low ones, and you don't want to get the GoPro all fogged up and ruin the footage that you're shooting. The vented helmet strap mount. And by the way, for those of you who aren't subscribed to my channel, I actually, every second video I do usually is a GoPro video of some adventure or sport that I do, so I encourage you to subscribe. The standard housing backpack, back door kit. Okay, so that's for the add-on, like the LCD backpacks, the battery backpack to fit with the standard housing. The dive housing. This is a bit more of a heavy-duty waterproof housing for the GoPro. The frame, here we go. I'm actually using the frame right now. For those of you who don't know, the frame was actually, I think it was designed with the Hero 3 Plus in mind, and with the GoPro Hero 4, mine isn't actually fitting perfectly, so you might be able to see that I didn't actually click the clip down to tighten it all the way, and that's because it was pressing the play button on and off. But I think that GoPro has said anyone with a Hero 4 with issues with their frame can send it in and they'll get a new fixed one. Now here's the pièce de résistance, the Hero 4 Black itself. Remember, at the end of the video I'm going to be showing you some setup stuff and my favorite settings when I'm filming with the GoPro. Sportsman mount. I have a lot of friends that are into hunting and I've been meaning to do some paintball, so that is pretty sweet. It attaches right onto the barrel of the gun. The Fetch dog harness. I don't actually have a dog, but my boss does at work. He has an adorable golden retriever, and maybe we can shoot something fun with that. Dual battery charger. It's pretty self-explanatory. Skeleton housing. That's good for if you're going to have a bit of wind or a little bit of rain or dirt or something, but you still want to get better audio than if you're using the full normal housing. The Wi-Fi remote and attachment keys. LCD touch backpack. I'm very excited about having this to more easily frame up my shot. Ooh, the 3-way grip / arm / tripod. I'm also very excited about this guy as well. I don't have to just attach the GoPro on the end of my ski pole anymore, although I might just want to continue doing that. The wall charger, self-explanatory. The table's filling up here. Protective lens and covers. Replacement parts. Those are just some more mounts and that kind of stuff. Head strap and quick clip. Removable instrument mounts. That's pretty cool. Bag pack. Okay, so that's bags for the GoPro gear. The gooseneck. Oh yeah, this is something else that I was really excited for. The blackout housing. I think it looks really cool. It also looks a lot more like professional camera gear, which is usually all black. And that's actually probably going to be the main housing that I'm using from now on. Curved, flat, and adhesive mounts. Handlebar seat post mount. I'm going to try to speed things up for you guys so that we can get to the review and setup stuff. The bodyboard mount. Side mount. The battery backpack. That's going to be very useful as well. Especially with 2 GoPros now, I can have the LCD backpack on one and the battery backpack on the other. Wi-Fi remote accessory kit. Camera tethers. Rechargeable battery. It's always good, you can't have enough of those. Some stickers, which I will be proudly displaying on a lot of different things that I own. Tripod mounts. Oh, good. 3.5mm mic adapter. That's going to be really coming in handy. I'm thinking of taking one of my frame mounts and seeing if I can make a cold shoe adapter on it. With that mic, I can actually plug in one of my microphones directly on top of the GoPro. We'll see how that works though. Auto charger. The remote. Really running out of space here. Ooh, yes. The suction cup mount. I already have one of these. I think I have a slightly older version, and it works really well. It works on cars, it works on skis and snowboards. Lens replacement kit. That hopefully won't have to come in handy later. Standard housing lens replacement kit. Okay, so that's for the actual the housing. I don't know if this is for the GoPro itself or not. Helmet front mount. Oh cool, a bottle opener. And yeah, that's gonna be sweet. And the junior chesty. Nice, I was wondering what's in this little bag here. So that's everything from this pretty big box. And now I'm going to go over setup of the GoPro Hero 4 Black. I might go over my favorite features and give you a short review. Before having the Hero Black, or the Hero 4 Black, I just had the Hero 3 Black Edition, which is also a really nice GoPro camera, but there are definitely some big improvements that I've noticed already. Not just as far as ability to film at higher frame rates, but the whole image quality, because they've got a whole new sensor in there. I haven't actually noticed a very big difference in battery life. That's one thing that I was really hoping there would be a big difference in, because my Hero 3 Black battery at best would last about 2 hours, and if you've got Wi-Fi on, that gets cut down really quickly. If you're filming the whole time, it's, you know, it's not the best. But I've got some extra batteries now and the battery backpack, which will hopefully help with that a lot. Alright. By the way, always keep the mount that these GoPros come on in the case. You can actually use that to film time lapses or just store it, or when you're trying to hold it on a flat surface. It in itself makes a pretty good GoPro mount. This guy right here. Alright, so I'm assuming there's no battery in it yet, which I'm going to have to put in myself, as well as a SD card, I assumed correctly. So with the Hero 4 Black, the battery actually goes in on the bottom, which means that if you are upgrading to the Hero 4 Black and you're selling your older GoPro, you might as well sell the batteries with it because they won't be compatible. Alright. The SD card and inputs and outputs are still on the side. I highly recommend getting a Class 10 SD card, especially if you want to film in ProTune, which I always do because it has a much higher image quality, there's a higher bit rate for the footage, and it gives you way more options for color grading later on. Alright, so here's a tiny little micro SD card. It's a 32 gigabyte Lexar Class 10. So I'm gonna just start this up and we'll see what happens. It probably won't have the latest firmware for the Hero 4. Yeah, it does not. Okay, so there we go. Battery, when you receive it in the package, is probably not completely full, so you'll have to, I think they recommend to do is put the battery in the GoPro, turn it on, and let the battery run through all the way to suck it all up all the power, and then charge it up again. Alright, so the settings menu is on the side. You can scroll through using mode, and then you select it using the shutter button. So right now, jumping through the different filming modes, and like I said earlier, my favorite mode to use is 2.7K, 48 frames per second wide. Spot metering, I only turn that on if I'm in like a car or something. ProTune on. White balance, always set it yourself if you can, because it'll turn out much better. Color, flat, so that I can grade it later. ISO 400. Whoops, alright, there we go. That's the ISO limit, so it controls how much the GoPro is going to allow for its own built-in lighting, so that instead of you adding it in post, the GoPro will add the light while you film. But the problem with ISO is that it can also make the footage grainy and noisy, so I set the limit to 400. Sharpening, I turn it down to low because I want to add the sharpening in myself in post. And there we go. So that's the settings that I use. 2.7K lets me do some cropping and stabilization, and it also looks really nice. And the 48 frames per second lets me slow down the footage up to 50% without getting any lag and still having that smooth look. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing here is putting on the LCD backpack. It takes a while for the GoPro to start up when it's right out of the box, but once you once you update the firmware, it'll start up much quicker. Wow, that's pretty sweet. I'm just excited because I've never used this LCD backpack before. Wow. Okay. So, alright, so it looks like you slide in from the right, and you can open up your settings for the photo, burst mode, playback of the stuff you've already shot, video mode, setup, wireless off, touch display, all this cool stuff. Awesome. And yeah. Okay, there we go. And you can exit the settings screen and you're here. I'm assuming this backpack sucks up battery though, just as the Wi-Fi mode would if you leave it on. Well, that's cool. Great, so I think that's pretty much it. I didn't really go too in-depth for you, and I hope I didn't take too long. Like I said, if you're interested in watching actual GoPro videos that have action and adventure in them, and it's not just a guy sitting here talking to you, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also do short films, short documentaries, and just experimenting with different types of film and video. Thanks.